From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Rain is starting to roll into the Bay Area as an atmospheric river is set to soak the region today. We have your first alert weather forecast and a look at how folks in the North Bay are getting ready for the storm. Plus, more eyes looking out for criminals in San Francisco. We show you the special types of cameras coming to the city.
If we continue to hold people and bad actors accountable, it's only positives for our community.
And it is not the kind of PR the Bay Area hoped for from a TikTok star with over 15 million followers.
The amount of tents and living structures and burnt up cars that we saw people living in was shocking to say the least.
Why a viral food critic says he had to cut his visit to the Bay Area short. Good morning. It's great to have you with us today. Thanks for starting your day with us. It is Saturday, January 13th. I'm Max Darrow. A storm is about to hit the Bay Area this morning. Rain has already started to roll in. Let's get right over to First Alert meteorologist Darren Peck.
It's a First Alert day, Max, because of the rain coming our way, and it's as impressive as it looks on First Alert Doppler right now. There are two ways to frame the way this is going to go. We're going to get some rain through the morning like we're seeing now, but it is not going to rain all day like this. There's going to be a break in the middle. If we put the Futurecast on it, let's come back for the wide view. We're going to get specific on North Bay rain in the next visit, but here's your overview on how the system goes today. Everybody gets a chance for widespread rain between about now and 10 a.m. There won't be a lot to it, actually, but plan on some wet roads and widespread rain for the morning. And then we get into the afternoon, and we're kind of in a break. You could get a stray shower in there, but there will be a break where you'll think, I wonder if that system is done. No, it's not, because then we get to this part of it, and that's when the more organized rain is going to move through. And this is probably the time of day where you'll notice the heavier rain and the more impactful side of this system, both from a rain and wind standpoint. There's no wind advisory with this, but it's going to get windy between about 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock as that band of heavier rain moves through. We'll put some rainfall totals on this. We'll get specific on each one of those chapters as well and walk you through your part of the bay in terms of what to expect rainfall-wise coming up in the full forecast. Just a bit. For now, Max, back to you.
A lot to go over today. Thanks, Darren. As Darren mentioned, the North Bay is likely to get the brunt of the storm. So our Lynn caught up with some people in Santa Rosa as they prepared their homes for a dose of heavy rain.
It's the calm before the storm and perhaps not a bad time to prepare for one. People have been coming by the Santa Rosa Public Works parking lot to pick up sandbags to try to keep their homes dry. As the dark clouds move in, people on the ground move fast to prepare for the incoming storm. Santa Rosa resident Jim Piercy is worried about his garage.
We have a creek behind our house, and so the water table's pretty high. And so water's running alongside my house. It's getting in my garage. I don't want it to get anything wet, any of my tools or anything wet, so I want to get a few bags, line them up.
His garage flooded last winter. He's trying to prevent a repeat.
It's not getting in my house, just in my garage, so yeah, I just want to play it safe.
Jim was not alone. We found other residents shoveling, filling, and bagging up sand. Tony Ferreira is worried about his roof and the foundation. He picked up 16 bags.
Trying to stream the water elsewhere instead of having it where it's going to go underneath the foundation.
Make sure that gutters are unclogged. A lot of the leaf litter from the winds that we had earlier this week have been cleaned up, so that when the rain comes, your storm drains work, your gutters work, and the water goes where it needs to go.
Paul Lowenthal is a division chief and fire marshal with the Santa Rosa Fire Department. He says while there are no imminent concerns over mudslides in the burn scar areas, people should always be prepared and have emergency supplies.
We saw a number of trees and power lines down earlier this week with just the wind itself. So that's a reminder that we very well could see additional power lines and trees coming down, which could result in power outages.
Santa Rosa experienced some pretty bad flooding over the years, like this one in October 2021. Some homes were under a foot of water. But forecasters say the incoming system is not expected to cause any significant damage.
Trying to be prepared, so luckily I'm always ahead of the game.
As for Jim, he picked up 4 bags. He hopes they'll provide a short-term fix.
I know I'm going to have to do something construction-wise, but until then, I'll just use sandbags and and just try to keep the water out.
Most Bay Area cities offer free sandbags, even on the weekends. They're typically open 24/7. If you need some, check online. You should be able to find a sandbag station near you.
The U.S. Supreme Court has now agreed to hear a case that could affect how cities in the Bay Area and across the country deal with their homeless populations. The court will review a decision by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that prevented local governments from clearing out homeless camps until enough shelter is available for people being moved. Governor Newsom and San Francisco Mayor London Breed were among those asking for the Supreme Court to review the case. Loyola Law School professor Jessica Levinson says the court will be looking at whether these sweeps violate the Constitution or not.
One of the things that the Supreme Court is going to look at is, what does the Eighth Amendment cover? And is it really cruel and unusual punishment to say to a human being, you can't sleep in these places, you have to go somewhere else?
A ruling is expected by June. Governor Newsom welcomed the decision, saying California has invested billions to address homelessness, but rulings from the bench have tied the hands of state and local governments to address this issue. The Supreme Court can now correct course and end the costly delays from lawsuits that have plagued our efforts to clear encampments and deliver services to those in need. Police in San Francisco can begin installing 400 automated license plate readers throughout the city, thanks to legislation Mayor Breed signed on Thursday. Breed specifically named retail theft, car break-ins, and sideshows as the types of crimes these cameras can disrupt. The city is using some of the $17 million it got from a state retail theft grant program to install the readers. This adds to a long list of surveillance technology SFPD has at its disposal. But some community members and business owners for whom crime is a top concern say they welcome any efforts aimed at improving safety.
We want to be supportive of this program, and I think if we continue to hold people and bad actors accountable, it's only positives for our community.
You can expect to see the cameras pretty soon. SFMTA and SFPUC are using existing pole infrastructure to support the efforts of the mayor's office and the police department. Dozens of other Bay Area cities, including San Jose and Berkeley, already have their own license plate readers up. Oakland is also set to get them sometime soon. The Bay Area has been trying hard to clean up its image problem, but a recent post from a TikTok star with 15 million followers is certainly not helping the cause. Food critic Keith Lee had been reviewing restaurants in the Bay Area, but said he had to cut his visit short, partly because of the state of our region right now. Listen to this.
I truly don't believe the Bay is a place for tourists right now, and that's what I was, a tourist. The people in the Bay are just focused on surviving. That's the business owners, the locals. The amount of tents and living structures and burnt up cars that we saw people living in was shocking, to say the least.
Lee said he wasn't too impressed with the food. He also had an allergic reaction after eating at one of the restaurants that he toured that sent him to the hospital. Lee did not specify which Bay Area city he was talking about when he made the video, but he did emphasize that the people here were absolutely amazing. Lee did post a follow-up video as well, where he clarified that he never felt unsafe, threatened, or scared during his trip to the Bay Area. Job cuts have been affecting many industries here in the Bay Area lately, and now they are hitting a popular animation studio. The Emeryville-based studio Pixar says it will slim down its workforce later this year. The company plans to let go some of its Bay Area employees in the first half of the year. The exact number, however, has not been disclosed. Pixar says the layoffs align with the company's plan to produce less content moving forward. Pixar was acquired by Disney in 2006. Pixar's recent challenges are a part of Disney's broader cost-cutting initiatives and its push to become more profitable in the streaming realm. Bay Area-based Kelly Moore Paints has suddenly announced it will be going out of business. It plans to close all of its retail stores. That means 61 of them here in the Bay Area, including this one in Concord. Kelly Moore Paints was founded in San Carlos in 1946. A new owner purchased it in 2022. The company was looking for an investment to help keep operations going, but they failed to get the funding. It blames its collapse on more than 3 decades of lawsuits related to the old owner's use of asbestos in Kelly Moore products.